Welcome to Nasdaq Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq. We're coming to you live from the Singapore Fintech Festival, and joining me for this segment, we have Lawrence Loh. He is the Global Head of Group Business Banking at UOB, and we're going to talk about digitizing for SMEs and the solutions that UOB is providing. Lawrence, it's great to have you with us. Welcome to Trade Talks.
Thank you, Jill.
And one of the topics we've been covering extensively at SFF has been digitizing for SMEs. What is the benefit for them moving into the digital realm?
Before I go into digitizing SME, let me just do a quick summary of UOB, right? So UOB is a leading Asian bank, right? So we basically have been around for the last 85 years with 500 offices around 19 countries, spanning across Asia Pacific, Western Europe, as well as North America. So our aim is really to bring businesses to be able to connect to Asia. And we actually want to become the one bank for Asia, and to be able to bring businesses into Asia and also connect businesses within ASEAN as well. So one of the key focus for us is actually digitalization from an SME perspective. Of course, the other two is connectivity as well as sustainability. In terms of digitalization, I think we actually spent a lot of time understanding our businesses on what they really want to digitize in this current climate. Over the last 3 years, I think a lot of them really changed from a traditional brick and mortar business into digitalizing their businesses, not only to do sales, but also to be able to operationalize their business to become more effective.
It also allows them to expand their global footprint as well, and we know how important SMEs are to the local economy and to national GDP, so to see them expand, it's an incentive for government and also for private businesses to allow them to flourish globally.
Yes, absolutely. So I think over the last couple of years, the COVID really helped them to level the playing field between themselves as well as the bigger companies, and a lot of them actually put their businesses onto online, and we find that they have actually changed their online businesses from before COVID, 10% right now, to some of them even 80% in some of the emerging countries. So a lot of the businesses right now looking to bank to partner to be able to give them the entry point into all these business capabilities and platforms itself. So we actually curate a platform called Bismarck. It's a specially curated platform that allows them to pick from a marketplace of solutions, starting from sales, marketing, to operating their business as well, like accounting, payroll, and so on and so forth.
So you could do it all in one place. It's basically their operational ecosystem.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Do you expect this trend to continue with the growth of e-commerce now that it's starting to open back up in the APAC region?
So a lot of the buyer behaviors have sort of changed, past COVID. And I don't think that things are going to bounce straight back to the brick and mortar again. So it's going to be a good hybrid, right? And I see a lot of businesses using this opportunity to be able to expand their reach, not just within their home markets, but also to expand to the other markets as well. So all these platforms will help them better manage their businesses, and a lot of them right now sells on multiple e-commerce platforms. Again, there are all these aggregator platforms out there that actually help them better manage their business. Working with all these platforms itself, we are able to use the data on all these platforms and be able to offer them small ticket loans on the fly. So using transactional data, which in the past, these companies will be companies that we don't typically look at.
Right.
Just typically too small, very small ticket, but with the ability for us to now onboard them digitally and be able to offer the loans digitally as well without them giving us any documentation, we are now able to give them that small ticket loan that help them flourish.
Right, because that was always the challenge with SMEs, was no access to credit.
Absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely.
Well, appreciate the insight, Lawrence. Thanks for joining us on Trade Talks.
Thank you.
And thanks for joining me at the Singapore Fintech Festival. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq.